Hey there, beloved Ascension Pioneers. I'm having a bit of a nostalgic day in the mountains, and I just was guided to record something short about the purity and the freedom of our thoughts. Are our thoughts really free? You know, when I go out there in such a pure nature, yeah, Bigfoot, I mean, big arms. I feel, you know, we're in a pure space. Our thoughts are free. Yeah, snow is falling from the trees, and I don't know if you can see a beautiful view behind me, but this is something that is really me, the mountains. I can't really explain it with words, but I haven't gone winter hiking for a very long time. I did lots of other things, but I didn't do that for a while, you know, to elevate myself to the degree that I can actually be, you know, aligned with my Julian Alps. And I just missed that so much. When I came up on the top, I just felt freedom, pure freedom of being, and this is always what my journey is mainly about and what I like to share and how to get there. So in the short segment, I would like to invite you to explore with me anything that's still holding you back that is not the freedom of your thoughts. Lately, maybe you've noticed, I keep mentioning a lot the books from Ascension, and she talks about the freedom of thoughts as well all the time. And this is a process, this is a procedure. We really need to be honest and really do inner research with everything, and to see where we are still holding ourselves prisoner, either by our own making, you know, the sabotaging self-filters, or it's something that's coming from the external. And sometimes, you know, a lot of people tell me, you know, when I write something about freedom, they say, but how can we be free? You know, we need to pay our bills, we need to do this and that. And what does paying bills even have to do with freedom? I pay bills as well. I still live in this conditioned reality, but I don't respond to it in a way that it would impose my personal freedom. You know, there's a difference between this. So if you still think that way, your thoughts are not free. You know, I was just thinking there in the top when I was spinning in a vortex of energy there, and there's a 3 borderline there at the top of this peak. And I just really felt such a strong presence of this and happiness. And I was thinking, our natural state of being is happiness. That means contentment with what is, being joyful and blissful in the moment. So if we're not happy, again, our thoughts are not free. If we feel limited or conditioned in anything, our thoughts are not free. Yesterday I had a talk with my mom about, you know, she fell on her I don't even know how it's pronounced. Anyway, she fell on, you know, the last vertebrae in the spine, and she's been having some you know, revelations I was helping her with to deal with the way she always dealt with when something happened to her, like an accident. And we needed to explore this. I helped her to see what's still limiting in her to live her true power and her self-healing, so through self-wholeness. And whenever we were waiting for something to be naturally healed from outside of us, or we're just waiting for time to pass and months go by, you know, and a lot of people are going through something and they think it needs to take months. It's a belief. Again, if you think that way, your thoughts are not free. The way you eat, the way they advertise our food, this is what's healthy, this is what you're supposed to be eating. I remember years back in the magazines, whenever my mom was reading something and she said to me, well, they're saying this, potatoes, I don't know, whatever, they're really healthy. And then the next segment they said they weren't, you know. So this is how the government and all of the, you know, what they want us to be, they impose these things onto us. Again, if you think there's a certain way you need to eat instead of eating in the moment, you know, like Anastasia said, we need to eat as we breathe, and this is not her making. This was the actual living reality. And it was even carved in one of the walls, but they later erased it because they didn't want that freedom of being to come out against, not against, amongst the masses. So, again, are you really eating freely? Or are you still having those beliefs that you need to eat dead carcasses, that you need to eat animal protein and things like that? If you think that way, again, your thoughts are not free. Who's governing them? You know, I see so many people make excuses and say, well, that's just a belief, you know. Whenever you're already defending it, again, your thoughts are not free. If you believe you can go out and hike any day when there's sunny, like I do, if you think, well, I can't do that, she can, because that's her reality, but, you know, that's a different thing if you don't want to, you know, that's another thing. But if you do want to, but if you think that at the same time you can't, your thoughts are not free. You know, I like to work in a way that's very natural. I go with the flow. When it's sunny, I go out. Sometimes it's raining, I'm guided to work. Maybe sometimes I'm not, you know, taking a break. But whenever you're not in that natural flow of your being, your thoughts are not free. One more thing. A lot of people ask me about, you know, Bruno, what's going to happen in the future? If you think that way, instead of thinking, ooh, what do I want my future to be? What do I want to create? And then also put out there for my future generations to come, starting with my own family, then you're really just, again, you're limiting yourself. You're waiting for something external or somebody else to give you a vision of the future. I can tell you anything that's going to be my vision. What is your vision? You see, again, lately I've received this response when somebody asked me that, you know, when I responded through awareness. I heard that I'm actually being very inhumane because of the way I answered. I'm sorry, guys. If you think that awareness is inhumane, and the true, you know, plugging into source and your own reality and your own inner empowerment, then, you know, ask yourself really who's being inhumane here. It's probably just you who you're not allowing yourself to live in your true power. Again, your thoughts are not free. So start thinking in a way, what do you wish to create? What's the vision you have? I know what's my vision. And I keep working with my soul ray, and I keep amplifying my inner vortex to actually build and strengthen that reality. And sooner or later, there's going to be people who are going to be awakening, and they will want to step in that reality. You know, I was just sunbathing there. It's so warm today. You know, when there's this tiny lodge, and there's people skiing there on the top. There was an elderly skiing couple, and they just, they went there, and they started sunbathing as well. They laid down, and they just didn't want to go anywhere. I thought I'm going to record my video there, but I didn't. So Spirit showed me that they love being there. They love the presence of the energy that I'm emanating. And they just wanted to be in that space for a while. So I had to come down here and find this branch to put my camera on. I hope it's working. But again, you see, it's what we're putting out there. And, you know, sometimes I'm really disappointed. Not disappointed, you know, but, you know, sometimes I feel this way. I can't find the right word. It's not disappointment. It's just, you know, when I observe people, you know, just instead of really seeing what inner empowerment, what freedom of your thoughts, that are governed, that should be governed by your divine self, not your lower self. That's not even your own self. It's just, you know, the result of many different beliefs and ideologies that were put out there, you know, in order to keep us fighting each other instead of seeing the real truth of unity consciousness. Then you're just sabotaging yourself. And I'm not being inhumane. I answer the way I feel is right. It's natural, and it is natural to create, to have a sense of creating our future. You know, too many people give their power away to some spiritual guru or teacher who will tell them what the new age on earth will look like. Well, nothing is set in stone, because we are actually the one who's going to create it, and not everybody's going to be joining this ride. And those people, you know, I can explain what the vision looks like of the new earth, but if they're not willing to go there consciously, and by embodying this themselves, they're not going to experience that reality. So what's the point of me telling them that? So sometimes I really have enough of being told what all I am and being judged on this way just because I respond through awareness. So it's you who needs to wake up if you still think that way. And it's your thoughts that are not free if you're still hoping that somebody would give you a sense of the future. The future is only being created in the now. You know, where we are now is a result of many different projections and, you know, thought patterns that actually brought us to something. And then we're going through these challenges to purify that and transcend that. But it's that past that actually influenced our now. So in our now, we get to realign what feels good and what doesn't resonate. So for the future, we could only, you know, really have an impact from the now. When you're whole, when your soul, all your soul parts are one, they're brought back into wholeness, and this is how you're really creating from your true empowered self. So if anything that's coming from the external and any sorts of statement that is negative, because negativity is not our natural state of being, it's bliss. And whenever you experience something like that, ask yourself, are my thoughts really free? Where is this coming from? Is it really mine? If it's mine, if it's not an external thing, where did I start living that reality? Where did I start believing that pattern or that truth? You know, for me, that was my truth in that moment. But now something doesn't feel right. So am I ready to transcend it? Okay, what will I do? These things take pondering. They take time to reflect, to think. So, sometimes people want fast results, like we're in a, speedy supermarket or a fast food restaurant, but it doesn't come that way. When you will be aligning yourself, sometimes there's going to be a lagging behind what you're going to start creating in the new. There's still going to be maybe some parts influencing this where you are now. So instead of constantly hoping from something out there, and if you're feeling ill or unwell and you say, okay, no, time's going to heal everything, not time. Awareness does. Maybe in that time you'll come to a certain awareness. So your thought said, oh, it's time. Time healed me. But no, there is no time anyway. You might have a perception of that, but it's you. It's the aware you that's healing, that's changing, that's shifting, that's freeing everything up. That's the only part of you that's doing that, okay? So, yes, if you're there to judge and criticize, if something's shared through awareness, please leave that for yourself. And, the Ascension Pioneers Network and community and love, Rainbow Bridge, whatever you call it, it doesn't really need a name, but it's a family of people who work through love, who are there to expand, not criticize and judge and be limited in their awareness and not free in their thoughts. This is the whole purpose of why I'm doing all of this, is to free ourselves. Because when we don't feel free, if we feel limited, then we still need to do something about it. And it's us, we can project everything to somebody else. But if you're asking me something and you don't like the response that you're getting, then don't ask. If you ask somebody a question, you got to be ready to receive the answer, any kind of answer that comes. Don't ask the question and then already have a limited projection of what the answer should be. That's conditional. That's not unconditional and willing to expand. Okay, guys? So, sometimes, like I said, people think that something external will heal them, will help them. And there's this sense of hope. That's not true, divine hope, but kind of getting lost in the projection of time, which will heal everything, which will bring the right circumstances. It is a matter of divine timing, but this, again, is not connected with that lower attachment to it. Divine timing is just knowing that everything happens in the now moment and being really present. And like I always say, even now is just a concept. It's the exact, tangible, physical experience of your reality, the feeling that gets you to that. This cannot be explained with words. This is what each one of us has to go through ourselves. So are our thoughts really free? Ask yourself this. This is something we all need to work out on our own. And there will be lots of situations when you might say, oh, but this is like this or like that, so I shouldn't do this, so, and so much analyzing and, having these structures inside. When it's so simple. It really is. It's really simple, and it's natural, and it's authentic. And it's your inner responsibility to take care of that, to really realize whether you're free in your thoughts or influenced. Because only when you live in this source bliss and connectedness, following your path in each step without any sort of limitation, or getting ill or anything like that, only then you will know that you're perfectly aligned with the divine self. And this is what I desire for all of us. This is why I'm making all of this. So thank you guys for watching. This was just a short. I only have a couple of minutes left on the camera, so I'm leaving you with the view. And take care. I'll talk to you soon. Okay? Be free. You already are. Anyway. Bye. Well, hello, view. Haha, look at this. Beautiful mountaintops in the back. There's my snowy slope where I'm going down, hopefully on my butt so I can get down as fast as I can. I went for this lovely hike. You can see there's this tiny lodge. It says 1,500 meters of elevation. This is where I came to today. I was really guided to come to this point because this is actually, I'm going to show you a 360-degree view. There's the Julian Alps, there's the mountains, there's the ski villages and the ski jump village here. And they also ski here. This is actually the 3 borderline. This is a mountain top that is actually a borderline between our country, Slovenia. I know many people still ask me where I'm from. They think I'm an American, but I'm not. I live in a beautiful European country called Slovenia. So this is a borderline between Slovenia, Austria, and Italy. So it's really beautiful. The last time I was here is when I wasn't even living here yet. And there's some people skiing, surveying the view. Can you see? And behind in the back there's already Austria. So yeah, it's amazing. Can you see the slopes? Look at people skiing. It's amazing. Maybe these are Austrians, I don't know. Just wanted to take you for a tour. I wanted to take myself to a tour. I was really guided after all the skiing to take a day to hike. A lot of the tall mountains are really snowed in. There's lots of avalanches, so I try to find a safe spot. And 1,500 meters is quite a well altitude to see the beautiful view. As you can see, Austria there. Wow. Can you imagine? You stand between the three countries. So I was telling you guys about a vortex of light that is on the borderline between Slovene and Italian Alps. This is there. I'm not sure you'll be able to feel it. I feel it because I just live there. I just live here. So it has quite a wide range, actually. But I still like to go around. And I was just thinking today how my purpose has shifted ever since I moved here, because in the first part of my purpose, I had a lot of seeding to do and a lot of light coding to do. And I was living in the capital of the country, which is in the middle of the country, in the heart chakra of the country. And now I'm kind of living up north, west-north. And what this means is now I brought my focus here, so I'm really centering and grounding this new and the new earth and the new ascending reality we're building together. And we're doing it, each of us, on our own in our own personal vortex. So when I go somewhere, it feels different than it used to. It felt different in the past, and I was always returning to the valley and to the city. And now when I come back, it's still here. It's just amazing. And this is a touristic board. You can see how it looks in the summer. Anyway, I'm just always so mesmerized, not just by the physical beauty of it, but because of the energy. And there's so much to do here. So much to people who like to ski and cross-country ski. And there's an annual cup in ski jumping there. And it's just, I wanted to take a little tour like I used to, when I went to the mountains, remember? I'm having kind of a bit of a nostalgic day today, so anyway, this is what I wanted to leave you with. And I hope that I can go down these slopes instead of by foot, because it's a lot more fun this way. And the inner child just loves it, especially after an intense hike. Oh, it is 3 times more intense in the snow. You can see even the shoes are more robust and different when you walk in snow. So anyway, take care. I'm sending you this beautiful mountain embrace full of love and grace. Bye-bye.